everybody and welcome to another Nephilim Builds. It's Pride Month and we're celebrating by making various LGBTQIA+ characters in media because fuck the entire right wing. Today we're gonna fight for the Leaf Village as SasuNaru from Naruto. As always, keep in mind that these videos are about capturing the spirit of the character rather than capturing their abilities perfectly. With that said, let's address the obvious.
But Luna, Naruto and Sasuke are both straight!
Are you sure about that? I'm not even gonna bother with the accidental kiss or the second accidental kiss. Give me a straight explanation for sleeping out under the starry night sky, seeing a shooting star, and gripping your fist while thinking about your homie. Give me a straight explanation for waking up to someone in your room and the first thing you say is that you were dreaming about your homie without being asked. Give me a straight explanation for your side homie telling you that your homie doesn't care about you and you brush them off because they don't understand what you two have.
But Luna, they're both married to women! They both have children!
It's called an alibi, sweetie. Besides, neither of them ever spend time with their families, but they will pull up for each other in a second. Hell, Sasuke won't visit his wife and daughter for years, but he'll come see his husband and stepson have a friendly sparring match. Am I stretching? Yes, I am. I don't care. You fuckers want to bitch about us shoving things down your throats all the time? You have no idea what that's like. Now open wide. We're starting with Naruto. Using the standpoint array with the 15 to charisma. This dude literally invented talk no jutsu. Next we'll put the 14 to dexterity for ninja agility and then the 13 to wisdom for ninja senses. We'll put the 12 into constitution for HP and then the 10 to strength. Lastly, we'll dump intelligence. We'd be here all day if I explained all the ways Naruto's an idiot. For species, we're going to go with human. Alien tampering aside, that was so long ago that I'm pretty sure everyone counts as human again. Also, worst plot twist ever. Like, you're at the end of the second series in this franchise. It's way too late to be trying to make this shit into the next Dragon Ball. Instead, they apparently ended up Darling and the Franxing it. I wouldn't know. I stopped watching before the birthday episode because everyone kept telling me I would end up hating my boy Naruto. Anyway, we'll get resourceful, pick persuasion, and take the lucky feat. To make a custom background, bring our increases into wisdom and charisma. We'll take sleight of hand and survival, the tough feat, and painter supplies. Literally, the first thing we see him do is paint Hokage Mountain. Also for giggles. Also, I know literally everyone has already said this, but how the hell do you grow up looking at your own dad's face on the side of the mountain every day and not notice the resemblance? Hell, how did the rest of the village not notice the resemblance? Seriously, I think the whole Leaf Village is full of dumbasses. Anyway, moving on to class, we're going to start off as a monk. We get strength and dexterity saving throws and pick athletics and acrobatics for skills. We'll also be proficient with monk weapons and calligrapher supplies. At level 1 we'll get martial arts and unarmored defense, and level 2 we'll get monk's focus, uncanny metabolism, and unarmored movement. We're now going to multi-class to fighter, getting light and medium armor, shields, and all weapons. At level 1 we'll get second wind in our fighting style, taking unarmored fighting. We'll also get weapon mastery, taking the dart and the dagger for kunai and shuriken. Sure, he doesn't typically dual wield kunai, but it's an option. We're now gonna multi-class to Bard. He's loud, he's annoying, and he makes some pretty damn good charisma checks in a pinch. Also, who else but a Bard would come up with the sexy jutsu? We pick Nature for Senjutsu, the hand drum just because, and get Bardic Inspiration at level 1. We get 2 cantrips taking Prestidigitation for effects and Vicious Mockery for some sass. We'll also get 4 spells taking Longstrider for speed, Jump to Jump good, and Disguise Self with a sexy jutsu. What, did you think I wouldn't include it? That jutsu awakened a few things in me as a kid. No, I don't just mean my gender, and no, I will not elaborate further. We'll also take Thunder Wave. I've spent years racking my brain on what I wanted the Rasengan to be. Spoiler warning, but Shocking Grasp is going to be the Chidori, and at first I wanted to make this a cantrip too. Tulak used Sword Burst, which doesn't feel right, but there were only 4 attack roll melee cantrips in the whole game, and 2 of them required weapons. I considered using the new version of Chill Touch for a bit. Necrotic damage is pretty ill-defined, but I usually just think of it generally as kill you damage. Considering the Rasengan hits at a cellular level, I thought it was fitting. Plus, Chill Touch prevents healing, and Naruto had trouble healing just from the backlash of his own attack. But I ultimately decided it was too much of a stretch. And since the Rasengan was proven to be stronger than the Chidori in that one scene we all remember, I figured it wouldn't hurt to make it a leveled spell. Plus, thunder damage is often used for air in 5e, and making it thunder leaves us with a ranged AoE option later. Besides, I've used Thunder Wave for a super punch before, so this isn't that much of a stretch. Anyway, at level 2 we'll get Jack of all trades and expertise persuasion and acrobatics. We'll also take Silvery Barbs for more sass. At level 3 we'll get our Bard College, taking the College of Valor for combat inspiration. I'm taking this exclusively for the extra attack later. No, I will not take College of Dance for better unarmed attacks. That entire subclass is as bad as y'all pretend the monk class is. We'll also take Mirror Image for some Shadow Clone. At level 4, we'll raise our Charisma and take Fence to fill the slot. We'll also take Shatter for the Rasen Shuriken. We seriously need more Thunder spells. I should finish that tome. At level 5, we'll get Deity Inspiration and Font of Inspiration. We'll also take Cloud of Daggers for an alternate Rasen Shuriken and Phantasmal Force for more Shadow Clones. Haven't pulled this trick since Sun Wukong. At level 6, we'll get the Valor Bard Extra Attack and take Misty Step. Use it after getting hit for Substitution Jutsu. How the fuck does that even work anyway? Like, where does the log come from? And yes, I'm aware that Archfey Warlock lets you do this as a reaction, but Warlock doesn't give us nearly enough of what we need. At level 7, we'll get Counter Charm and take Phantasmal Killer for more Shadow Clones. At level 8, we'll raise our Dexterity and draw a blank, and at level 9, we'll Expertise Athletics and Sleight of Hand. We'll also draw 2 more blanks. At level 10, we'll get Detained Inspiration and Magical Secrets. We'll take Minor Illusion, Fog Cloud for a Smoke Bomb, and swap a blank for Enlarge Reduce. Now this one's a stretch, but use a Smoke Bomb to hide, shrink yourself, and then Minor Illusion to look like a rock or throwable object. He pulls this trick just enough that I have to include it. At level 11, we'll take Spider Climb to walk on walls and swap another blank for Water Walk to walk on water. Here's a fun little tongue twister, say walk on walls, walk on water 5 times fast. At level 12, we'll raise Dexterity again and swap our last blank for Guardian of Nature for Sage mode. Not bothering with the lower tailed beast modes, there's too many and I've got the perfect Kurama mode coming up. At level 13, we'll take Regenerate for Yin Yang Release, and at level 14, we'll get Battle Magic. At level 15, we'll get D12 Inspiration and take Illusory Dragon to summon a Toad. Personally, I prefer Gamabunta, but Gamakichi's cool too. At level 16, we'll take the Boon of Fortitude, capping Charisma. Lastly, at level 17, we'll take True Polymorph. Now brace yourselves because I have officially created the best Naruto build on YouTube, simply because I'm the most recent person to do it. See, Kurama mode and the Kurama avatar were another thing I spent years trying to figure out. But then the 5.5 monster manual came out, and with it, a new stat block to play with, the Animal Lord. The Animal Lord is a CR20 creature, meaning we're just strong enough to turn into it. There's a list of animals you can turn into separated into Forager, Hunter, and Sage. Fox isn't on that list for some reason, but Coyote, which is close enough, is in the Sage category. This is important. Now, the Animal Lord has melee attacks and ranged attacks and different abilities based on which type of Lord you are. But the 2 most important abilities are that it can turn huge, and the Sage version can cast Sunburst, which means we have the Kurama avatar and Tailed Beast Bomb. And since we're using True Polymorph for this, we can cast it ahead of time, let the timer run out, and then it becomes permanent until we turn it off. Useful for when you have an entire war to win. Now that we're level 20, we finally have our modifiers. Our AC with armor defense is 16, our move speed is 40, and our average HP is 204 with 1d10 and 19d8 hit dice. And with that, we are done. And now it's time for Naruto's win to fan Sasuke's flame. But no, seriously, imagine someone's tried to kill you twice. You get told that you have a hard counter to their signature move, and you respond with, "Or I could make him hotter." Explain it straight, guys. Using the standard point rate with the 15 to intelligence, Sasuke is definitely smarter than Naruto and has learned more jutsus than him. Add that with the 14 to dexterity for ninja agility and then the 13 to wisdom for ninja senses. With the 12 to constitution and then the 10 to strength. Lastly, we'll dump Charisma. Sasuke was introduced back when edgelords was still cool, and we still made fun of him for it. Can I be honest? Dude got off way too easy after everything he did, and he especially didn't deserve to end up with Sakura. It actually makes sense that he'd be a deadbeat dad. Yes, I'm breaking kayfabe for this, it's that important to me. For species, Sasuke is also human. But get resourceful again, pick Insight for Sharingan reading, and take the Alert feat. It's hard to sneak in Uchiha. Make a custom background where it increases into Wisdom and Intelligence. We'll also take Perception and Investigation, the Tough feat, and Collect for supplies. Sasuke doesn't giggle. Hell, I'm pretty sure I've only seen him laugh twice, and one of them I can't even remember where it's from. No, edgy laughs don't count. Moving on to class, we're going to start off as a rogue, because I don't want another tool from Monk. We get Dexterity, Intelligence saving throws, and pick Athletics, Acrobatics, Stealth, and Sleight of Hand for skills. We'll also be proficient with Light Armor, Rogue Weapons, and Thieves Tools. At level 1, we'll get Sneak Attack, Thieves' Cant, and Expertise in Insight and Acrobatics. We'll also get Weapon Mastery, taking the Rapier. It's the closest thing we have to his sword. We're now going to multiclass to Monk, getting Martial Arts and Unarmored Defense at level 1. At level 2, we'll get Monk's Focus, Unarmored Movement, and Uncanny Metabolism. We're now going to multiclass to Wizard, getting Arcane Recovery, Ritual Adept, and 3 cantrips. We'll take Elementalism for effects, Firebolt for some Fire Jutsu, and Shocking Grasp for the Chidori. Ooh, shocking. Who could have seen that coming? We'll also get 4 spells taking Fog Cloud for a Smoke Bomb, alongside it for speed, Witch Bolt for the Chidori Blade, and Burning Hand for Fire Style Fireball Jutsu. At level 2 we get Scholar, Expertise in Investigation, and take Jump to Jump Good. At level 3 we get our Arcane Tradition taking Blade Singer. There's been a shocking number of parallels in this month's builds, I swear it's not on purpose. But we'll get Blade Song for the Sharingan and Training in War and Song picking Performance. Aura Farming is always a choice, and Sasuke makes bad choices. We'll also get Scorching Ray for Fire Style Phoenix Flower Jutsu. At level 4 we'll take the Observant Feat, Riding Intelligence, and Expertise in Perception. We'll also take Blade Ward to fill a slot and Spider Climb to walk on walls. Only 1 spell per level is gonna make everything take some time. At level 5 we'll get Memorize Spell and take Fireball for a bigger Fireball Jutsu. We'll also take Silune's Viper. You get 10 HP for defense and an attack with reach. You might not like it, but this is our Ribcage SasuNaru. It was this or combined Death Armor with False Life. Ideally I'd have grabbed Spirit Guardian somehow, but there's no way to get it and still get what I'm after with this build. At level 6 we'll get the Blade Singer Extra Attack and take Hold Person for Sharingan Paralysis. At level 7 we'll take Phantasmal Killer, and at level 8 we'll take the Elemental Adept Lightning Feat, bumping Intelligence. We'll also take Confusion for more Genjutsu. At level 9 we'll take Modify Memory for more Sharingan Fuckery, and Immolation for Amaterasu. Magical Fire that can't be put out? Check. At level 10 we'll get Song of Defense and take Prestidigitation for more effects as well as Water Walk. At level 11 we'll get Chain Lightning. It's the biggest lightning spell in the game, and the blast Kieran makes is large enough to count as an AoE. Yes, it summons a dragon, but all that dragon does is ram into things and explode. It's not like it sticks around and fights. At level 12 we'll raise our dexterity, and at level 13 we'll take Draconic Transformation for the Curse Mark. I don't care if he can't do it anymore, I like transformations, and this is easier than most of his Renegon stuff. We're a wizard. It's implied we have other spells learned besides just our prepared spells. There's plenty of customization to be had here. If you can figure out how to do Planetary Devastation, be my guest. At level 14 we'll get Song of Victory. I do miss adding our end mod as extra weapon damage, but combined with the cantrip extra attack, this is still great. We'll also take Bigby's Hand for if you simply must have a bigger SasuNaru hand. At level 15 we'll take Incendiary Cloud for some AoE Amaterasu, and at level 16 we'll take the Boon of True Sight, capping Intelligence. This spares me from having to take See Invisibility and shit. We'll also take Power Word Stun for a Super Sharingan Genjutsu. Lastly, at level 17 we'll take True Polymorph for the complete SasuNaru. I would have loved to have picked Solar for this, it's damn near perfect, but it's 1 CR level too high. I thought about picking Planetar as a replacement, but a CR 16 felt too weak, especially compared to Naruto's Animal Lord. Ultimately, for the sake of size and power, I decided the Baylor would be the best pick. It's got fire and lightning damage, and the most important thing is that we can just reflavor the appearance. Now that we're level 20, we finally have our modifiers. Our AC with armed defense is 15, which becomes 20 with Blade Song. Our movement speed is 40, and our average HP is 146 with 3d8 and 17d6 hit dice. And with that, we are done. Now what can these boys do? To start, these builds are actually remarkably similar with a decent melee baseline supplemented by offensive and support magic and transformations. Naruto is more of a trickster with clones, disguises, and teleportation, keeping your opponent guessing as to what you're gonna do next. Or you can just go Sage mode and throw hands, or drop a giant toad on their heads. Meanwhile, Sasuke is straight up spamming cantrips while staying in the paint with his sword and occasionally discombobulating people with mindfuckery. And when things get really tough, both of these boys can turn into endgame boss monsters because fuck you and your power scaling. For weaknesses, Naruto's only offensive cantrip to use with his extra attack is Talking Shit. In fact, he's got very little offensive magic period, and most of it requires upcasting to do any real damage. Meanwhile, Elemental Adept Fire would have been a way better choice for Sasuke since he has way more fire than lightning, both in this build and in this series. Not my fault he's only got 3 Chidoris and a Thunderclap. They both also have their negative scores to worry about, though admittedly Mind Flayers are way more common than Banishment. Plus, unless they take an hour to make their boss forms permanent, they can technically lose concentration on them. Weaknesses aside, these fighting dreamers will always follow their ninja way. Believe it. Thank you everybody so much for watching. With this, Pride Month is over. I will not apologize to any members of the right that I may have offended this month. Maybe next time don't vote against people's rights, you dickheads. This also applies to any members of my own goddamn community who voted Republican because you think you're somehow the exception. Fuck all of you. We are not going anywhere. Now, I have one more video to put out for this month, and it's an important one, so let me know what you thought of this video down in the comments, and I will see you all then.